Today we take a look at the third game in the Saints Row franchise. The question is, does it hold up to the other two? Will it knock your socks off? I said socks. I gotta get a new graphics guy. Anyway, let's get into it. Now, Saints Row the Third took a diversion from Saints Row 1 and 2, focusing more on fun gameplay and less on story-driven drama. The real question is, does it pan out? We're about to find out today. Let's get things started with the gameplay. Everything has been improved in this game. Melee combat is so much more satisfying this time around. The gunplay is a lot easier since the guns are more accurate than last time. Driving is a lot smoother, and hijacking cars has never been this fun. On top of that, the side missions are a lot more a part of the main narrative, which some have listed as a negative, but I thought it was fun to see these incorporated into the main plot. One real negative is that the game is a lot more linear than the others in the series. Doesn't hurt the game, but it should be mentioned. Overall, I give the gameplay for this game a 9 out of 10. It has fun combat, better driving mechanics, and many games have a purpose. However, it's a little too linear. Next up, we'll take a look at the graphics. These graphics are head and shoulders above Saints Row 2. The textures are polished, the hair models look great, each NPC seems unique and well designed, rather than everyone being a stereotypical thug or hot chick like we see in so many games. On top of that, the graphics help make this over-the-top world where you are doing unreal things feel grounded in a surreal sense of reality. Overall, I give the graphics for this game a 9 out of 10. It has great textures, fantastic animations, unique designs. However, the popping graphics after some long cutscenes can be a little annoying. Next up, we'll take a look at the story. Now, in Saints Row 2, you had to retake the row. Well, now you are the kings, and this is your castle. While Stillwater is your kingdom, a new challenger arrives in Steelport in the form of the Syndicate, which represents your main opposing force throughout the campaign, which is sort of disappointing as I really enjoyed taking down each force in any order from the second game. And in this one, you do it in the order the game wants you to do it. Not a huge thing, but again, it should be mentioned. I don't want to give away too much here, but the bottom line is the story is fun. And it does make you want to see what's coming next. It just doesn't take itself too seriously. Overall, I give the story a 6 out of 10. It has a fun narrative, over-the-top villains, but it is definitely cliché city, very few surprises, and somewhat of a weak conclusion. Next up, we'll take a look at the sound. Now, the sound is mainly focused on your radio, with a few tracks thrown in during missions to help spice up the gameplay. You can also create your own playlist, just like the second game. The sound effects and voice acting are both good and cheesy at the same time. However, sometimes even characters in the game will comment on how cheesy a line is, so it's clearly just trying to be cheesy and not a bad performance. The only negative here is it would have been nice to have heard more original tracks rather than just relying on popular music. Overall, I give the soundtrack a 7 out of 10. It has great sound effects, good music with a custom playlist, and funny dialogue. However, there are a lot of songs that could have been made original that are just filled in with already existing songs, really cheesy moments, and some repeated dialogue. Finally, let's take a look at customer care. This was the final Saints Row game to be made by THQ. However, Volition is still at the helm of the future of the franchise. This game was fantastically done, and you can really see the love the devs had for the material. You can tell they wanted this to be a great game, not a GTA clone. Overall, I give customer care an 8 out of 10. It was an original concept, clear focused development, and they clearly had the love of the game. In fact, the only negative I can find here is a forced-in multiplayer, which really doesn't work as well as it should have. Most reviewers, including myself, kind of skip over it, and there's a reason for that. Overall, Saints Row the Third earns a 39 out of 50. It is a fantastic game, just barely missing out on that top 10 tier. I'd advise if you have a system that can play it, you should try it. That's it for this game. For more games or anything else gamer related, please head over to holdtheline.com. Until next time, my name is Vegagoose, saying that's my opinion. What's yours? I'll see you next time.